As far as the NFIs go, there's another physical that's being taken place today, and so we'll have more clarity on exactly how serious all those injuries are. So I don't want to make a comment on anything that's not completely done. I know that there was a list that was put out on the initial wave of physicals, but today's the final one, and we feel good about the direction that most of them are in and the way they've been working through the weekend. So I'll have much more clarity for you tomorrow.
Is that top two as well? Same thing?
Same thing.
Robert, obviously, one of the things you bring to this team is the leadership and kind of the team chemistry, the leadership. You're dealing now with a situation, obviously, Greg's tragic passing, where it's kind of unprecedented, I would think, for you. So, what has been the process of you kind of navigating just a group of people through something that was so unexpected and so tragic?
It is an absolute tragedy, and knowing Napper, I mean, he'd be really, really upset if we didn't move on with a positive attitude. He was a tremendous man. He was a tremendous leader, tremendous father, tremendous husband, and he's going to be sorely missed. But as far as the group and this team, there's been a lot of tremendous support from not only in the organization but outside the organization, and I know that he'll be with us throughout this entire season. So.
Robert, I know obviously the situation with Zach is fluid, whatnot, but what's the challenge if he's not here for the opening practice tomorrow? Obviously, it's not a look that you'd like or situation.
With regards to Zach, obviously Joe's working on it here this morning, and hopefully that gets done. But as it is with every player on this roster, when one person misses, another person has to take over those reps. So it's a challenge just in terms of trying to maintain the wear and tear on all these individual players. But for the individual, that's where the challenge becomes in terms of making up those reps. I mean, everybody knows how important it is to me and our team with regards to reps and practice and process, and every moment you miss of that process, it does become a challenge from an individual standpoint. But as a team, we're in good shape. The installs are in good shape, and offense is ready to roll.
Is it frustrating at all, though, that it's not done yet, that you kind of have to worry about this on the eve of practices starting?
No, I mean, this is business, and Joe's got a great handle on everything, and when it gets done, it gets done. So.
Is it tougher for a rookie quarterback missing practices? You don't want any players to miss, but is it going to be tougher for Zach if he misses time than, say, C.J. Mosley?
Yeah, I mean, it's from a rookie standpoint, you need as many reps as you can, and veterans always get off days here and there anyway, so they do miss. But it's something that he'll have to navigate through, and I've got a lot of faith in Zach too. He's incredibly intelligent. He's got a tremendous drive. So when he does get here, I know that somehow, some way, he'll make up for it. So.
Kyle was really good at forcing defenses into personnel groupings that they might not want to be in and take advantage of it that way. How beneficial was it to see the way that he can kind of manipulate defenses? And now that offense is spreading around the league, how do you kind of defend against it happening to you?
Yeah, knock on wood, very fortunate to be able to practice against his play calling for 4 years and to see firsthand on how he sets you up and how he sets up players and how he attacks not only coverages but individual players within each scheme. And so it is a challenge because everybody has their own little nuance of how their rendition of the scheme, and to be able to see it. And we're going to get it again with Mike. Mike's learned a lot from those guys, and we're going to get some of it with Green Bay when we go up there. We got Tennessee, Atlanta. There's a lot of teams on our schedule that run the system, and it's going to be a tremendous challenge to be able to go against all of them.
Does that make your base defense in particular more important, trying to strengthen that? It seems like that's where they like to be.
Well, just from a fundamental teaching, it always starts at base.
Yeah.
I call it old school if you want, but it starts from those base fundamentals, and we've got a really, really good front seven with regards to all that. So it's it's going to be fun going through this one because there's the variety of offenses that are in the league with regards to QB under center, QB in the gun, 11 personnel versus 21 personnel. There's a lot of variety in the league right now, and and you've got to be able to handle all of it, and you've got to be able to have a scheme that can handle all of it.
Robert, with regard to CJ, how much did you know of him, in his time in Baltimore and whatnot, but mostly, what's the challenge of not having played for 2 years, and it's probably hard for you to see just at mini camp, where he's at physically.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good question for CJ too. But everything that he's shown with his work ethic, his the reps and OTAs. He doesn't look rusty to me. I mean, he looks fantastic. He's in an amazing shape. He's been here all summer. He asks the right questions, obviously. He's got a tremendous feel for football. So, I mean, tackling would probably be the biggest thing, getting his shoulder pads on people, just thudding up and making sure that when pads come on next week, that he's taking the time to thud people up, put himself in good tackling position, and try to get as many reps of tackling without actually bringing someone to the ground until we get to those preseason games where he can get loose a little bit.
Robert, what's going to be your message to the group when you meet for the first time?
Well, today's kind of boring with regards to all the administrative stuff that we get, but the message doesn't change. You know, we've got our style of play, we've got our mantra, we've got the whole idea that we're going to go to bed better than when we woke up, and we're going to do that every single day from now to the end of time, and that's just going to be hammered home. There's no magic elixir to playing this profession. It's a matter of waking up, doing your job, and finding something to get better at every day. And I'm excited for this group to go through it because as a whole, the group was fantastic during OTAs, and it's really created a lot of excitement from the entire coaching staff and the entire organization to see these guys grow and get better over the course of training camp.
How do you feel other than Zach? Is every player reported?
I believe so. Yes, they're reporting as we speak. So.
Robert, I know this is kind of probably old news in your brain, but we haven't seen you since then. Morgan Moses,
Yep.
the addition. Why did the team feel the need to add him, and is he your starting right tackle?
You know, as far as adding Morgan, you can never have enough O-line, D-line, in our opinion. I believe in that philosophy, same as Joe. He's been a tremendous player for many years in this league, and adding him is a tremendous asset. As far as naming him the starting right tackle, George Fant has had a fantastic OTAs and did a really nice job in minicamp, and he's got all the tools necessary to be a successful right tackle also. So there's a lot of competition in that from that spot, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Robert, have you talked to Fant at all? Because he was captain last year, starting right tackle, signed a decent contract here, and then Morgan is a right tackle crew, probably had a little bit more success. I mean, I know everyone loves competition, but it's also probably a little bit of a tough blow for him to see that body out there.
Had a really good had a quick conversation with George. He's a grown man. He gets it, and but at the same time, it's an external motivator. And when if you're internally motivated and you're internally motivated to do your best every day, then who's added to the team, playing time, money, it doesn't matter because you're just trying to do your absolute best, and whatever happens, happens. It's part of the process. And so just talking to George, I don't really think he's phased. I think he's one of those internally motivated individuals that's going to come out here, work his tail off, do everything he's done since we've arrived in this building, and whatever happens, happens.
How do you feel about the physical condition that Makai showed?
Again, they're just going through physicals. From everything I've gathered over the course of the last couple of weeks, it sounds like he's ready to roll and he's in fantastic shape. So.
Robert, last time we spoke, you talked about the cornerback spot, and you mentioned that you want to roll with the young guns. Some veterans were signed. Obviously, you guys have been of any. So, what goes into the development of improving your cornerback group?
You know, reps are everything, and being out there and going through as many situations, as many reps, seeing as many routes, seeing as many motions, change of strength motions, the getting in and out of press, however many times they have to go through it, the footwork, the hand placement, the eye placement, all of it, transition, that's what helps. And the more reps they get, the more we'll be able to see. And one-on-ones, teamwork, walkthroughs, all of it matters. So to answer your question, the development of all these guys comes in reps and being able to go back, watch the tape, and help them progress not only with their feet but their eyes, their hands, all of it. And as they progress, we've got a lot of faith in this group in terms of a couple of them being able to rise to the top and show that they belong in this league.
Aside from that corner spot, I think we've talked a lot about the backup quarterback position. Obviously, you guys went through OTAs when you guys now start training camp without the proven veteran guy. What is the latest you could wait to add a veteran where you would still feel comfortable with him being a backup and learning the offense?
Good question. I don't know if there's an answer for that one. I think it goes on feel. I think it goes on watching the practice. And to sit here and even think that it's going to happen, I couldn't tell you that. I do believe that those two got better as camp went on, the two backups, and so we'll see where they're at come tomorrow and today for that matter, and we'll progress through and make a decision as we see fit. So.
You have to take a couple more.
You have to bring in an arm just for this week in the event that Zach isn't here. It's pretty hard for two guys to go through.
No, I'm with you. Well, so Rob Calabrese got a live arm. He can supplement some, but I got a lot of faith in Joe. So we'll see what happens here in the next couple hours.
Dennis, Robert, how has this been for you leading up to this? I mean, there's been so much talk over the last few months, and now finally be out there for camp. What's this been like for you? Is there more eagerness, excitement?
Excitement. This is going to be a fun group to work with. It's young, it's hungry, and they've all got a positive attitude on coming out of minicamp, and they're all excited to get another shot at going through the installs again, and they're all excited about showing what they can and can't do, and it's going to be a really, really cool process to go through over the course of the next week. I'm really excited about all these practices, especially when we get up to Green Bay and Philadelphia. Those are going to be exciting. So it's just going to be a challenging training camp, and I'm excited for all of it.
Take Mark, Andy, and then Cosmo. Done.
Robert, just every guy that becomes a head coach for the first time talks about all the added stuff that becomes part of on your plate as opposed to being an assistant. You've already been dealt some very difficult blows with food gravity, even just a minor thing like not having a quarterback here. Have you started to feel that already, even though we're just at day one of training camp? Like, those added things and challenges that maybe you weren't dealing with in DC.
No, it's obviously it's more, but I was taught a long time ago that there's things that you've got control over in life, and there's things that you don't have control over in life. And if you spend your time focusing on all the uncontrollable aspects of life, you really do a disservice to the things that you can absolutely dominate in. And so the focus right now is what we've got control over, and those are the people that are here. Those are the people that are ready to work, and those are the things that I feel like I can touch, and it's unfortunate with all the different situations, and sure there is a lot of stuff, but there's some things I can control, and those things get done, and there's some things that I can't control, and we do our best to navigate through, and that's it. So.
With Marcus May, obviously the contract situation didn't work out the way he wanted to. Have you had a chance to talk to him, and what do you expect from him, or where do you expect him to be mentally coming into this season?
Have not had a chance. He's checking in today. Marcus is a professional. He's been in here he's been playing now for a while. He's approaching, I think he's 29 now. So he's been through it. He's seen the business side of it, and just like every player, he's got full control over the way he shows up to work every single day, and he's got full control over what he puts on tape, and what he's put on tape is pretty good. And so really excited to work with him again and see what he does with his years. So.
What percentage of your team is vaccinated, and is your coaching staff vaccinated?
So we'll get all those numbers, those final numbers today. I know we're above average, but feel good about where we're at. So.
Coaches?
Do we have that number? Yeah, we don't have it on file. Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
All right. Thanks, everybody.